Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. There's adventures around every turn, and if you're looking for something for you and the entire family, be sure and visit the Cedar Valley Golf Course and the Wild Frontier Fun Park on Weaver Road in Cummins. Play 18 holes of world-class golf at the beautifully maintained golf course, Cedar Valley, tucked away amongst the hardwoods of northern Michigan, and at the same time, let others in the family enjoy themselves at the adjacent Wild Frontier Fun Park with carnival rides, a batting cage, bumper cars, and a 19-hole mini golf course. Check them out online. It's a northern Michigan destination. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. On this week's Michigan Magazine, the topic is food. Food. And more food. First on the menu, we visit 19-year-old Morgan Humphrey, manager of a new faith-based Christian cafe. It's a family operation that brings a wonderful concept into reality in downtown Clare. Then we visit with the Budagi family of Onekema as the whole family prepares wonderful Maltese dishes from Mom's cookbook. Hold on to your appetite. We have plenty of pure Michigander dishes to serve up on this edition of Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent traffic stop diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Clare, Michigan is in the heart of our state and is one of the most inspiring communities in the Great Lakes region, boasting nearly 100% occupancy in downtown business real estate. People reportedly just love the community atmosphere and the welcome feeling expressed to visitors and locals alike. Today, we spotlight one of the newer businesses managed by 19-year-old Morgan Humphrey, who took over a business in the building storefront owned by her grandparents called Coffee Talk. Now, under the management of granddaughter Morgan, the name's been changed to Heart of Michigan Cafe, with an exciting future ahead.
We are a family-owned business, faith-based. We expanded the menu a little bit. It used to be Coffee Talk, and then it was Revive. So we just took over, kind of switched hands, and we wait on tables now. Our specialties are specialty drinks and our flatbreads, flatbread pizzas.
All right.
Yes, it's just kind of a cozy atmosphere to come and enjoy some coffee and some dinner.
Yeah, you've got a nice little relaxing area here, kind of a lounge here.
Yeah, we do.
That's what it's all about, eh? So what inspired you to come to Clare and start a little business like this on the main street in beautiful Clare?
Well, my grandparents actually owned the building.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
Okay.
so I didn't want to pass up the opportunity. So I told my grandma, I was like, I want to try and do it. And she was like, okay. So we're giving it a shot.
Yeah, it looks like it's going very well.
It is.
Especially this time of the day, you're going to have a great crowd coming in here.
Yes.
With, everybody seems to be smiling and having a good time as far as the service goes.
Yes.
And have you any, this is your first business? Or Okay, all
Yep.
right.
Yep, I'm only 19, so.
Oh, congratulations on taking that big step here.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been super fun.
So what inspired you to have this atmosphere like this? What is the concept?
Well, it kind of sets us apart from everybody else. In Clare, we needed something that was going to be a little bit different, and our goal is like homey feeling, like a cozy, homey. Everybody's just kind of a family and gets along.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the faith-based business. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we're just Christian-based and just positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a place that you can bring the whole family.
Absolutely.
Without worrying about goings-on.
Absolutely, and we have a kids menu now, so that was Yeah.
Okay.
That
What's on
was
the
kind of
kids'
a
menu
change.
for the people who want to know?
We have macaroni,
Okay.
grilled cheese, a kid's pizza.
Okay, well that's more my style.
Yeah. Yes, we have a lot of adults order off it too. Yeah.
How about on the adult menu? What are
Tons of flatbreads.
Okay.
Our best sellers, Taste of Michigan.
okay.
We have wraps, paninis, a turkey Reuben, different salads, wings, a burger.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Explain the Taste of Michigan. What's that?
That is a pesto chipotle sauce on the bottom, and then there's cheese, almonds, bacon, cranberries, basil. Yeah, it's a bunch of different, a sweet, spicy, lots of different flavors if you
So when
will.
you bite into that, you kind of think Michigan, right?
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
Okay. So what are your hopes, plans, and dreams for the business?
I'm not exactly sure. We were kind of trying to set it out earlier, but I don't know. We'll
Just-
see how
yeah.
just see how it goes, I
Well,
guess.
you'll be directed one way or the other. and you'll come
Exactly.
along. Yeah. very
Yes,
good.
we're excited for some. And then we'll have a patio dining,
Okay.
and then we'll have chairs up in front, chairs and tables up in the sidewalk. So we hope to expand a little bit more, get a little bit more room
So
in here.
the patio section is going to be in the back,
In the back.
where the art alley is, more or less.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. We're gonna have plants and trees and just kind of make it.
Well,
Yeah.
you've got great plans here.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck and thank you very much for allowing us to take a peek at what you've got here. You've
Thank
got,
you.
A great plan, and we invite everybody to come on. Now, why don't you tell us your hours so people can stop on by?
We have some goofy hours during the winter, but during the summer we'll be open every day. Mondays we're closed. Tuesdays and Wednesdays we're open from 7 to 3. Thursday, Friday we're open from 7 to 7, and then Saturday we don't open till 8, but we are open till 7. So we've got some later hours in there for people who want to come after work.
All right.
Yes.
Well, the best to you. May blessings
Thank
come
you.
your way, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Michigan is a state of diverse people. Our citizenry is one of various heritages and cultures. As far as food is concerned, Michigan dishes are as varied as the ancestry of the people. From Cornish pasties to Amish blackberry pies, or hot Swedish pancakes and fruit soup. How about some Native American fried bread or corn soup? Or how about some fresh homemade sauerkraut from the crock? Like Michigan weather, if what you see is not to your taste, wait a while. You'll probably find something eventually that you'll fancy. Today on Michigan Magazine, our journey takes us to the west side of the state, to the community of Onekema, and the home of Maltese cookbook author Betty Buttigieg. Betty's expertise comes from her ancestors' homeland of Malta.
Malta is an island in the Mediterranean, just 60 miles south of Sicily. But it's Maltese, it has its own language. It's very small. You're never more than 5 miles away from water because of the fact that this is 21 miles and this is 9 miles, so you're gonna be, less than 5 miles from water there.
Ah, okay.
It's very old. It's way back from the Phoenician times, and even in the Bible it tells you that St. Paul was shipwrecked there on his way to Rome.
Oh,
And we have a St. Paul's Bay
okay.
with a statue of him, like we have the Statue of Liberty, they have the statue of St. Paul.
How far does your ancestry go back? This is probably your homeland.
Yes, I'm first generation Maltese. Both my parents were from Malta, and as a matter of fact, my husband went back to Malta 2 years ago, and he traced our family, my family, Morabiter was my maiden name, back to the 1760-something or 1750, way back. And his family was traced way back to about the same time, I believe.
So the recipes that you bring with you are handed down generation to generation for you?
Right. Well, what it is, actually, the reason I did the cookbook was my children grew, and started moving away to different states. And they would call me and say, "Ma, how do you make baked rice? Ma, how do you make something like brajolies, or how do you make this and that?" And I would have to sit down and write a recipe, which most women don't go by reading recipes. You just kind of throw a little bit in, you know. So that took me about 2 years to figure out their favorite recipes and what goes into them. Needless to say, my husband and I both gained 10 pounds. Trying these recipes over and over and getting the right measurements.
You really didn't have a recipe per se for yourself?
No. It was, I cooked like my mother. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know. So anyway, this friend of ours told me, he says, "Mary," he says, "since you're writing all these recipes down, why don't you put it in a book form?" So I thought about it for a while, and I thought, oh, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I don't know. And the more I thought about it, I thought, well, it would be good for the children and my friends' children, and like somebody who married a Maltese person. These are basic recipes. It's just like apple pie. There's thousands of apple pie recipes. So the way I make like flank steak or brajolies might be just a little bit different than what somebody else would put in, a little different spice. Or, so what we have here is the way my mother taught me to cook, and my mother-in-law. Fortunately, we came from the old Corktown, Detroit, and lived near Tiger Stadium, and my mother-in-law lived next door to us. My husband and I were neighbors. We knew each other all our lives. And she taught me to cook a lot of the different things, and so did my mother, because we lived across the street when we got married. So it was kind of like a Maltese neighborhood, and everybody cooking different things.
What distinguishes Maltese cooking from any other cooking? What's the specialty?
Well, I don't really think there is any real specialty. The only thing that is really Maltese that I don't think anybody else makes is the pastizzis. Because like we do spaghetti, we do baked macaroni, similar to the Greek, because you have to realize Malta at one time was all different nationalities.
Kind of a melting pot of Europe.
Right. So there's a little bit of each. The curry probably comes from the Indian and from India, and the spaghetti and macaroni and stuff. And we were, Malta belonged to Great Britain. It was under the British government for many years. So there's a little of the British in there also. We drink tea. A lot of people drink coffee, but most of us, I believe, drink tea.
Tea drinkers. So there's a little bit of English, a little bit of Greek, a little bit of Italian. Arabic, just a whole different, just like, you know, Napoleon at one time took over Malta. And so there is, it's kind of like you say, a melting pot. Almost like the United States. Right, exactly.
But in a very small island.
All right, and then you decided you can get the recipes together, everything was going well, you put it into a book, and now how's this going? I mean, as far as more
what I did, instead of just putting recipes in here, I also put, I don't know how to write Maltese. I can speak Maltese, but I don't write it. And this friend of mine, Joseph Muscat, he is well-read Maltese, and he helped me with the writing. I put down, like, to say yes and no, and then how to say it in Maltese and how to pronounce it in our language, so that our kids won't forget it, because they know the basic hello, yes, no. Unfortunately, we didn't teach them to speak Maltese, and I wish I had, because it has come in handy for my husband and I, especially when you're someplace and you want to go and you don't want your hostess to know it.
There you go. Is that something that you've found in your family, that the kids are wanting to know more about?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Our family, anyway, we're very close. We get together for picnics every year. We have Christmas Eve together with Santa Claus. and all the little children get dressed and they run up to Santa Claus. And we are very close. They're more like sister and brother than they are cousins, and there's something like 27 of them now, and plus their mates, plus their children now. So we have quite a group at Christmas. And everybody brings hors d'oeuvres, and we make pastizis. That's a traditional thing that we make.
What is pastizzi? What is it, a sweet or a dinner?
Pastizzi can be filled either with a meat, a ground beef with onions and peas and a little Parmesan cheese, or it can be filled with ricotta. And everybody, I believe, would be familiar with ricotta because it's so Italian. So we use it too. It's a finger food. You can pick it up, and we like to make it, if you're going to use it for a meal, maybe we'll have a bowl of soup and pastizzis, or a salad and pastizzis or something like that. But the one that we're making today is going to have the cheese in it. And so I'm going to show you how to make the dough. It's hard for a lot of people to make the dough. There's just that they don't get a knack to it. But it's very simple. If you follow the cookbook, I've had people call me and say, boy, am I glad you wrote that book, because now I know how to make pastizzi dough. Yeah,
the dough is really, can make or break a food like that.
Right. It should be nice and flaky, come out nice and flaky and puffy. First of all, you've got your ricotta cheese, and I've got 3 pounds here because after I make a couple of pastizzis, I'm going to make a pastizzi pie. A lot of times, if they don't know how to make the dough, they'll make it into a pie, and you could use just a regular crust. I've developed arthritis, and I cannot knead the dough anymore, so I use a mixer, and I'm putting in 5 cups of flour.
Alrighty. As Mary progressed, she added a bit of salt to the flour. She then gradually added 2 cups of cold water, but also mentioning that it really depends on the humidity of the air around you. The more humid it is, the less water you'll add, and the drier it is, the more water you'll need. The texture should be just a bit tacky. When the tacky texture is achieved, Mary tells us that you should let the mixture mix for at least another 10 minutes. Now, while the dough is mixing, is an ideal time to mix the stuffing. For every pound of ricotta, you'll add 1 egg. Here, Mary has a mixture of 3 pounds, so she adds 3 eggs and about 1 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 cup Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 cup for every pound. That's the easy part. A little more difficult is the rolling and stretching of the dough. First, place a bit of shortening on the counter and roll it out as thin as possible.
Now's when you put the shortening in. Take a wad of shortening, a wad, not a lot.
It's official term for not a lot. Wad. But you did stretch it out really thin, too.
Yes, you can see the countertop here.
But imagine the thinner you get it, the flakier it would be.
The flakier it is. And as you roll, you're going to be pulling also.
Pulling? Oh.
At the same time. So you're still making it thinner. And the first piece is always the one that everybody dreads because you have to start it rolling it.
Well, you continue the rolling and pulling until you've rolled sizes such as this. Then cut into about 1-inch lengths. Lay them facing up, then stretch out again. Place the filling into the center and then fold over. It's a real family affair here with daughter Lisa and granddaughter Lisa. After the folding, it's into the oven for about an hour at 350. The time it took was well worth the wait. The day we spent with Mary and her family was a Maltese culinary delight. She not only treated us to pastizzis, but to other Maltese favorites that are in her cookbook, like a delicious meat pie, or propetti, a meatball stew. Or how about this combination of green peppers, zucchini, olives, capers, mint, parsley, and onions? There was also a great feta cheese dish and a wonderful stuffed olive concoction. What a day we had. Good Maltese cooking, wonderful Maltese company. Thank you. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. The Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton. Thanks for joining us. Still hungry? Well, join us online at thespiritofmichigan.com for links and more information on today's show and guests. Or email us at michiganmagazine@gmail.com. See you again next week on RFD TV. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Flu season. Be prepared. Get your immunizations now at Rose City Drug, your one-stop pharmacy, home health care, and medical supply outlet, offering a variety of on-site immunizations. Walk-ins are of course welcome. Call now for more information.